One common language known by the world which has no boundaries at all. Of course, just one: visual communication. You see symbols on the side of a road that, okay, slow down, a bumper is approaching, slow down, uh, school is nearby, slow down, a bridge is approaching, slow down, zebra is approaching, or probably the speed limit signs. So these are common across the world. So these are what we can say is this is a global language which has no boundaries at all. Of course, chaliye. So of course, you will say what are the careers involved. I'll go in this manner that, okay, what does graphic designers do? क्या काम है ग्राफिक डिजाइनर्स का, क्या करते हैं वो? ऑफ कोर्स टाइपोग्राफी से खेलते हैं, दे प्ले विद द टाइपोग्राफी, दे प्ले विद द स्पेस, जो भी प्रिंसिपल एंड एलिमेंट जो भी आते हैं इनके, ठीक है, टू बी अ गुड ग्राफिक डिजाइनर they always keep at the back of their head. So typography, playing with typography, space, use of the images, the appropriate colors, the shapes. So these are what graphic designers play with. So let us proceed one step forward. So what does the UI designers do? It is almost the same, except for they are more the all the functions of the graphic designers, plus they do iconography, the small icons you see. For example, you may be seeing a lot of icons in Zoom only, or probably any Explorer which is open on Explorer tab which is open at your computer. So you may be seeing the address bar, the icons, all those stuff, and other design elements. Of course, if you are a UI designer, you're designing a mobile app or a website or some software. So there will be other design elements involved with it. So it could be probably uh, the charts basically used in the background to understand how we are approaching the problem. It could be the graphs you're going to represent in your presentation, whatever. So UI designers go one step further because they have a area to work in, like mobile design or website design. Just a second. Sorry. Uh, Few people are still entering. No issue. So let us come to what does visual designers do? The role, of course, if you notice the special line I've written below the white box, that will describe it all. It overlaps with graphic design and UI design. It is a larger bracket. The role entails everything from making individual designs to owning the visual brand, starting with the smallest of the things like logo or probably an icon of the logo, basically. So it could start from that part only, and it could own whole of the brand, which will be the face to the world. So they have a bigger role to play, basically. Okay, so what all we are going to discuss today in this session, visual communication, everything which is involved in there, which is part of there, these are just only few words. You'll be going beyond that, I promise. So this essentially will be there. typography, space, hierarchy, color, scale, continuity, proximity, similarity. I'll be concentrating probably more on the practical, out of these, I'll be concentrating more on the keywords which are going to be used practically in the assignment later on. So probably one or two topics will be shorter so that we reach there in time. Okay. Sorry. If anybody has a question, you can always jump in. I'll be answering that. But then I suppose at the end of the show, you'll be pretty satisfied with the knowledge, with the value you have added today with this session. So let us proceed forward. First thing, of course, the shapes. The shapes could be geometric, organic, abstract, of course, which you create by yourself. So on the right side, you can see that, okay, the triangle, the square, rectangle, circle, oval, ellipse, whatever. So what all do they represent? Shapes with rounded edges, of course, are softer and more approachable. They're friendlier, isn't it? While shapes with sharp lines and edges depict strength and presence, that, okay, they are solid at their place. They won't move. They give the presence. So the use of the shapes would be it becomes very important for a visual designer to use the shapes carefully. So all the elements, when combined together, when they are composited together, including the smallest of the elements like color, which becomes a very large element when the whole is focused at. So the composition should give a meaning to whatever you are designing or whatever you are pitching for. So shapes, as we all know, let us see a little one step down. Let's dig one step below. Okay, geometric shapes, squares, rectangles, triangles, diamond, circle, oval, etc. Yes, everyone knows about it. So, but then what is the first thing which comes to our mind? Of course, square, circle, and triangle, which are the basic shapes. But then we can, of course, manipulate it. We can make it rectangle, we can make it ellipse, or anything, prism, etc. So I've already told you that, okay, sorry, the shapes with the straight line and angle symbolizes structure and order. I've told you the presence. And the curves, they are softer, of course, represent connection and community. So these become very, very important. Every small element becomes very important. Let me give you a tip to become a good designer. Please pay close attention to even the smallest of the element. Let's say you are putting up a small icon. It could be a triangle. It could be a whatever shape you have done, a small icon. Give the minute detail is needed. Give special attention to each one of them. Chaliye, let us see how the world has approached to their logos or the applications basically. So whatever screen you are seeing over here is rectangle. You may have logged in by with your mobile or your PC, your laptop. So of course, rectangle is there. The squarish logos you can see on the screen. Domino's, Instagram, Lego, Windows, all those. The pizza boxes, YouTube player. So all those are the first shape we know, the square or the rectangle. Let's proceed further. Of course, this page will become a little bit longer, and we have already discussed what a solid square or uh, the presence and the stability we have already talked about. Just notice the keyword atop the page, which I have put so that we can understand what this whole page I've written is all about. So the squares and rectangles directly relate to stability. Fine. Let us proceed. The triangular shapes. Okay. So this is going to be interesting. Adobe has used it, Google Drive has used it, Adidas has used it. So the mountains, pyramids, these are again the natural shapes. The pencil, pyramid, mountains, all are naturally triangle based. So what does triangles represent? They're basically action based. Whatever keyword I've written atop the page, please pay close attention to it and try to remember, because the assignment I'm going to present to you will be small, but then it will be based on these keywords. So whenever you'll be doing practical things, you'll be actually applying to that. Okay. So triangle represent the action, the strength. So let us see the circular shapes. Of course, the earth is round and we all know all the planets are round. None is flat or square, even the sun. So you can see how people have used it. I mean, the companies have used it for the NASA, the Mercedes, the Burger King. There are so many examples. You can see and find it on the internet. But then, yes, circular shapes are also the first shape which comes to our mind when we talk about the geometric shapes. Okay, so what does the circular shape or oval represent? It represents the wholesomeness of the object or the subject you are talking about. The love feeling, the safety feeling, the community feeling, attachment feeling. Fine. So this explains the circular thing. So let us see. Let's do some brainstorming. So out of these, what do you will say? Which one is more friendlier? If I can have answer from any one of you in the chat box, or probably if you can turn on your mic, that would be good. Which one is friendlier? We have read about the square and the circle. Can anybody? Yeah. Okay, circle is the answer. Majority wins, fine, thank you. Of course, circle is more friendlier. We have discussed it in the past, in the slide before also. So absolutely correct, yes. So we will try to make it complex as we proceed with the slide. So next, now what happens? Which one is more trustworthy? I have combined the roundedness to the square. What do you say? Or which one gives a more value? We have already talked about square, that okay, it gives us it depicts the strength and the presence. So what happens when we put a rounded rectangle into it, or the rounded square? Yes, of course, the answer is more trustworthy. Yes, because it adds, again, we will add two words. It adds the wholesomeness as well as the strength. So most of you have answered yes, the square with the rounded edge is absolutely correct. You have hit the nail. Fine, thank you to have such a lovely audience with a beautiful brain and point to point giving me, shooting me the answers correct. Chali, let us proceed. Okay, what happens when you practically apply these? I'll give you two examples basically. So you can see the rounded rectangle, sorry, the rectangle, plain rectangle with the hard edges. Okay, you can open up any mobile app or probably any Chrome. I've given an action just below the white box. If you can see that, open your Chrome, open Chrome at your PC, and you will let me know how many elements do you see, or which element do you see the most. You can open up Edge, you can open up any other browser, the latest one, whichever, Avast browser or whatever secure browser. So let me know in the chat box. What do you see? Do write the Chrome word or the browser name before answering. Okay, Arshpreet Singh has answered the last one. Okay, so Arshpreet, can you please write down which browser you have opened? Chrome. Okay, absolutely correct. So what elements do you see? Okay, Firefox also. Okay, so what elements do you see? I hope you all know the name of this, the search bar, the address bar, the, I don't know if somebody has opened any other browser, they must be seeing the news, etc. also. So this is a practical example. You see how even the Google uses it or the other companies use it. Okay. So this study, the visual designers behind the design of the browser or the application, they study what all does that mean? What meaning do the shapes have? Please ignore the color. I have nothing to do with the color at this slide or at this stage. We're not approaching the color here. Of course, we will be moving step ahead and we'll be approaching with the colors. So let us see the application. You have seen the various fields. You've just opened the Chrome and the other browser and you've seen practically how these have been applied. You use browser daily and probably you may have not noticed it before, but now you know that, okay, yeah, everything is based on this design or the shape, to be more precise. So let us see another applicability. What happens when you practically apply these to the logos? This is my organization's logo. Let's do the brainstorming now. Can you tell me what all elements or what all shapes, the type of shapes or the forms have been used to make just this icon? This is part of the my logo. If you can see at the top right of the screen, the logo is there. So this is part of the icon is part of the logo itself. So can you do the brainstorming and let me know what all elements do you see and how we have proceeded to design it? If anyone could tell the process. Okay, answers have started coming. Square and triangle. Okay, the bigger picture is here. Fine, absolutely fine. The ladder. Okay, great. Somebody did dig deep inside. This is Udaya Shankar. Okay, great, Udaya. More. Can you break it more? Rounded square truss triangle. Okay, fine. Straight lines. Edges in X display power. Stronger message. Absolutely fine. Great. So somebody has dig more in depth and Arshpreet Singh. Okay, he has added this line. Edges in X display power or a stronger message. Fine. So I don't know if you have entered into a depth. Can you break the X the blue and the white, just think that, okay, this is the separate, those two elements are separate. So it is a triangular shape basically. Okay, these are having a hard shape. So it represents action. Somebody has answered, Nandini Mehta has answered, okay, the color, fine. We will talk about color, of course, but in later slides. But then, see, the action is there, and we have put a rounded square around it, which of course represents stability, and of course, the friendliness to approach. So energy is always there. The X, which is represented by the two arrows, the energy is always there. And of course, when we talk about the circle, it represented wholesome and the friendliness. So the rounded rectangle has added to it the stability and the approach, the friendliness to the approach. So I hope that answers your various queries which were there in your mind. So this is how we approach to designing, because we design logos. Let's say the brands got design it, get it designed basically once in, say, a decade, probably. They will change it. I don't know, very rarely. What I mean to say. So Nike is a good example if you want to explore after this session. So Nike used to write down Nike and the take itself, and the later on when they were a decade old, they removed the word Nike, they removed the word just do it, and the tick represents everything. And same with the Adidas and all. So this is how companies leave an impression on your brain or your mind, and how they grow. Chali, let us proceed next. Okay, now let us see what colors mean. How colors give value addition to your graphic, or even the small icon. So let us see the first thing atop, color. I have attached that, okay, while using color, please take care that it has associated psychological feelings. So if you can see in the blue box, I have written that, okay, I'm cool. The water is blue. Trust, peace, safety, relaxation. Okay, that is there. So white represents, I've only taken 3 colors just to be in short. So you can browse through internet and you will find the keyword associated with the color. I'm pure. White represents the simplicity, innocence, clean, honest, of course. Then the red, of course, the love, excitement, strength. And red is the first color which I notices. If I don't know if you've used analog camera in your past, it used to have a red eye. I mean, whenever we used to click images, our eyes in the picture itself, our eyes were showing red dots. I hope I don't know how many of you may remember this, but yes, it was there. So red is what? Red is the first color which I notices. Whenever you're put into, I mean, let's say a board is there and something is written in red. So you will notice that first, that, okay, why? Because it is loud. So choose your colors wisely. So the title atop the color, which I have used, that, okay, it has psychological feelings, may vary from person to person, may vary from country to country. Somebody may say, okay, white is clean and honest. Somebody would say that, okay, white is very plain or simple or may have another meaning to some country. But we have to see, while designing, we have to see what the color means when you use it and is globally accepted. The word is globally because you're selling your product, your service to the, it's not only to the nation, but it's international. So whenever you're designing something, just notice that, okay, it is not boundary restricted. Fine. So be very careful. Yeah, another point, double check. Whatever you have written the top, let's say you have used a white background and the text above it. If it is white or gray, the opacity, the visibility of the text would have a very lesser meaning. So take care. The foreground should hit with the background to make a synergetic graphic or icon or whatever you are designing. Okay, so please take care. And just to proceed, one more thing. I mean, let me repeat one more thing. It should be globally accepted. Just keep that in mind. Chali, let us proceed. Let's see the practicality check, how we can grab the attention or how they are actually used, or how the colors have different meaning when they are used with the shape and the form of them, form of theirs. Chali, let us see. The circle on the screen, both are using red. But which one is more louder? Let's say you have to design the three shapes I've shown you for the search bar. Let's say you have to use this color only, the red only. So what will be the first thing you will use to design that? Can you answer me, please? Anyone? No, the search bar I'm talking about. Yeah. Highlight the shape. Okay. Okay. Anyone else, please? The left one, Arshpreet. Okay, Arshpreet, you are rolling on number one with the correct answers. So my question was, if you have to design a search box, the color at this stage, I mean if you have restriction with the red color, so the search box will be the outline only. That is absolutely correct. So the colors may appear to have different meaning when used with shape and or form. Of course, when you want to grab attention, you use your colors carefully as per your theme. But then since we have a restriction over here and we have a particular assignment to meet, this is where you have to make the judgment that, okay, what should I use or do? For example, a client may say that, okay, I have this color palette as a restriction and you should not go outside this color palette. For example, if you can notice my logo only, so black, blue, and white, I cannot move out of that. So I have only three color palettes, three colors in my palette. So I cannot move out. I cannot use yellow or red. So whenever you have design restrictions, you need to be very careful as well as very smart. So color along with shape and or form, use them very cleverly. Let us see. Okay, sorry. Okay, now, so circles we have already talked about. So we have two circles on the screen, but with different colors, and they both have similar form. Now here is where the debate will come. One will critique the other. Which one is safer? So if I have to ask you question, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get an answer which is going to be mixed. Some people will say that blue and some people will say green, isn't it? So if you can quickly shoot the answers, let us see what result do we have. Which one is safer? Circle is, of course, the friendlier shape we have already discussed about. It's on to the decider between the color. Green is safe or blue is safe. Let's have your answers, please, quickly on the chat box. In the chat box, please. Okay, answers have started coming in. Yes, absolutely. As predicted, few people will bend towards blue and few people will bend towards green. We've already discussed about the blue, but of course, green was not there at the discussion. But then, of course, you will relate green with, say, most of the environmentalists or the earth people. They will say that, okay, I will go with green, green, green. So this, as I expected, will have a mixed answer. Chaliye, let us proceed. Let us make it more tough to decide. Now what happens? Different forms, different colors. Which one is safer? Chaliye, please, 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 in the chat box. Shoot. Okay, most of the people are giving green. Okay, one person saying both. Okay, I won't name that one person, but yes, he has used the understanding of what I have told him from the beginning of the slide. The circle represents the friendliness, but then it has the red color. Okay, now let's come on to the right side. The square, it has hard edges. It is predictable, it has strength, but then it has green color. We've already discussed it in the last slide, isn't it? So again, people can contradict each other, and again, it can go for a debate. Actually, let us proceed. Why I'm telling you all this is because you need to be very careful with the colors as well as with the shapes. It becomes very important to understand, okay, what the shape and the color I'm going to use will make people understand. Will they approach me? Will they approach my product or a service? Or they will pass by, which we, of course, we don't want that. Actually, let us test the problem statement. Okay, sorry. The problem statement. Is there a problem? You have to answer this how you can answer this? You can make quickly abstract shapes, cross or a tick. You need two circles in the background. Of course, the abstract shapes you'll be going to use should align to the background color you're going to use. So, of course, few people may have already noticed because I jumped on to the next slide. So what the solution is going to be, but let's say it was not that fast. So let people answer. Can anybody answer with that? We have to use two circles, two different colors, and of course, two abstract shapes. So question we are going to answer, the problem statement is there a problem? Is there a problem? You're going to answer this. Okay, so let us proceed to next slide to have an answer regarding the same. So this is the possible answer. Is it right? Is it correct? You answer me in the chat box. Do you feel it is correct? The solution I have provided on the screen, is it correct? Okay, answers have started coming. Okay, please hold, please hold, please hold. Okay, I'm getting the answer. I won't disclose right now, but read the question again very carefully. I will repeat. Is there a problem? All those who have answered, will you still stick to the same? Is there a problem? We are questioning. Okay, I'll make it easier for you. You've seen the traffic lights. The top one is red one, of course, and then the green signal, everyone knows about it, the red signal and the green signal. Can you answer me again? The question, the problem statement, is there a problem? Just let me know if this is correct or not. Or is it debatable? Okay, someone has answered that, okay, there is no problem. It depends on designing. Most commonly used is green sign for the tick. But if we have to check the psychological aspect of this, the question was, is there a problem? And the cross is in the green circle, which means no, there is no problem. Please proceed ahead. And the red sign, the red circle, it has a tick inside it. Okay, now relate that, okay, is there a problem? Yes, there is a problem. Please stop. Caution. So the use of colors, the signs, the shapes becomes very critical when you are designing a solution. Isn't it? So be very careful whenever you're designing solutions. We are talking the word design. So you become a problem solver, a solution giver. So whatever solution you give should not confuse people or the viewers about the solution. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say over here is. So please counter check to what you have designed or developed. Chali, let us proceed. I have to give assignment also, so this is becoming really long over here. So typography is the next big thing whenever you are designing. Everyone knows serif, sans serif, okay. Serif, what serif is all about and what sans serif is all about. Serif, of course, has little extra stroke or curves at the end of the letter, the end edges. Fine. So sans serif doesn't have that. Those are very plain fonts, the same simple fonts. But serif, of course, has that extra stroke or curve. If you notice the S, you can come to know, okay, what does that mean? Just notice the serif S and the sans serif S, and you will come to know. Now, typography is just not text alone. Just notice the whole white box and the content inside it. Just notice the weight I have given to every letter, the color I've given to the line or the letter, the hierarchy, the scale. So compositely, there are 4 or 5 elements which are coming alone in typography. The first letter written on top of the page is typography itself, which becomes the title. You go to probably any song related app or Amazon or Flipkart, whatever, whichever app you open, a title is there for the product or the service. Then the second line comes with the style of the written word, which is, of course, the subtitle. And the third part will be the content, the description of it. Okay? The description of it. So a lot, just not the one element. Typography is just not one element. So they are coming together. A lot of elements or the lot of designing shapes and your tricks and tips which are coming into making a good banner like this. Okay, so use of the typography is very critical. It should deliver your message so effectively that, okay, if you have to design a banner alone with the typography, it should hit the viewer. So let us repeat once again. The hierarchy, the scale or the weight, the colors, the type of the font you're going to use, the choice of the font, the clarity, so many things are coming in together just under one element, namely typography. Let us proceed. So what is the general rule behind it? How smart, I mean, how we can use the typography smartly? So the answer would be stick to 2 easy to read fonts. This is again, so many companies have done research, so many designers have done the research that, okay, 2 fonts are good enough. If you increase the number of fonts, it makes it clustered. It makes it, if you can see the icon button I've used for the readability, it makes it harder to read or to approach even the reading. If so many colors are used, it makes it harder to approach to reading of it. Some people may leave even without reading. You have to make that interesting, even if you are using the typography. So the more fonts you use, it depicts that, okay, it gives an amateur touch that, okay, this was designed by somebody who was amateur. So the focus should be on weight, size, color, the hierarchy. I've already told you in the last slide. And lastly, there are if I don't know, all of you may have used a few softwares, even the Word, Microsoft Word. I'm not talking about Photoshop or Illustrator or Inkscape or GIMP, Krita, whatever. I'm talking about the basic of the software. Let's say the Word. They have the line spacing. I mean the features, the facility to make your text more readable. The kerning, the tracking, leading, line spacing, these are the helping elements in typography. So now you see that how the typography alone can be one big element with so many things attached to it. So let's proceed further and let's come closer to the assignment. I hope you remember everything I've told you in the previous slides. Those all will come to the application now. But before we approach the assignment, let's take a look at these three or probably one or two more keywords. So let's see what proximity, similarity, and continuity. What does these three keywords mean to a visual designer, to a visual communicator? Okay. Let's see. Proximity. Nearness in space, time, or relationship. It helps us read the rows and the columns. I've only written columns, but then what I meant was it helps us read or divide the information in rows and columns. Okay, so I have in the next column under similarity, all the same dots are there with the same feature, same shape, but I've given one different feature to it, one different value to it, which is the white color for the every alternate row. Fine. So it gives us the attachment that, okay, probably in the previous slide it was title, subtitle. So here it is. It's a row 1, row 2. So row 1 resembles row 3. So row 2 resembles row 4. It could be in the column, or it could be in the row, hardly matters. Now, let us do some brainstorming in continuity. Same feature of aspect. The dots you have seen is divided with the plus sign, like this one. You can place the plus sign in each one of the dots. I mean, each of the 4 dots placed in a square. So you take the 4 dots, any 4 dots, and you can place plus sign there effectively. So it helps us divide in rows and columns. But what I want to know from you is, how do we read it? Be very careful in answering that. Do you see 2 lines? I mean, how many lines do you see? Can you please answer it quickly in the chat box? Okay, great. Yes, 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 please, more, more, more. Quickly, it's only one letter you have to write. Hurry up, no matter if it is wrong. It is always good to discuss on things. This will increase your knowledge, this will increase your value. These small things will come handy in your career. So, okay, as expected, yes, answer is coming 2 and 4. So this is very natural. This is very natural for us to read that, okay, 2 lines are crossing each other. And some people would say that, okay, 4 lines are attaching at one point. See, the coin has 2 sides, isn't it? So both of the answers are correct. Got it? So you have seen, you have understood proximity, similarity, and continuity. Let us see what value do they add. And here comes your first assignment. Exercise 1 you have to do. And using the typography only with its features, scale, hierarchy, and color, please rearrange this para below. Can you do that quickly? It could be in Word, it could be in, I don't know, any software you know. So I would like at this point, as I've told you earlier also, please turn on your cameras because we'll be proceeding with 3 different exercises to understand what all we have understood till now. I would request everyone to turn on the cameras, especially the proactive participants. The exercises are going to be tougher and tougher ahead of this. And let me tell you, 10 of practical is equal to 100 of theory. So whoever is not doing practical, I don't know how theory will land them in a good career. Because while doing practical, you will come with so many of problems and issues you wanted to address. I would request my co-host. I think we will need to turn the screen sharing on, I suppose. Quickly. Can you do it in 1 minute? Or probably what we can do is, this is a shorter exercise. The other ones coming ahead are a little bit tougher and may take a little bit of time. So what I can do is, I can give all these 3 exercises for you to do as a homework. So I've put I'm putting down an email in the chat box. Please send screenshots of the exercises, I mean the solutions for the assignments I'm going to give you. info@skill.in. Let me repeat again. 10 of practical is equal to or even more than 100 of theory. You will face issues. Let me talk at this point also only. The choice of font, the clarity of font, the weight or the scale, the hierarchy, all the small designing principles and the elements will come in play when you are doing this assignment. I hope everyone has taken screenshot of this. Because exercise 2 and 3 are going to be deeper, and you will see that every website, almost every website, the e-commerce website, the app uses these principles and elements. If I have to just say it, every second app although I'll still stick to my first line that every app, there would be hardly any which is not using these design principles and elements for the visual communication. So quickly send me in the chat box that, okay, have you taken the screenshots? Yes is the only answer I need. That's it to proceed further, so that I can give you my second. Okay. Harshpreet had already sent it. Okay, Harshpreet, I'll definitely have a look at it. But once I turn it off and minimize my screen, the presentation will go off. So I'll definitely have a look at your graphic you have sent me after this session. So let us proceed to second exercise. Please take this seriously in case you want to be a successful designer, developer, even the developer also. But yes, of course, UX, UI is important. But as we, is this a new career which is coming around? The graphic design is the base, and visual communication is the larger bracket, or visual design is a larger bracket, which entails every role of both of it. So let us proceed with exercise 2. Use the ancillary. Simply all you have to do is use the shapes given on the right. I've given the names for which you have to use. The icon, the circle, or it could be a rounded square, or it could be rectangle for the icon. The title, the bars, whichever way you want to design. You can even write down text, hardly matter. But for the sake of exercise, this exercise was designed to do in hardly 2 or 3 minutes. So it was a quick arrangement, but then of course, this workshop is going a little bit longer. So I'm trying to give everything to you as a homework. So the title is there, the subtitle is there, the content is there, pricing or offers or discount, buy button, add to cart button. Use the ancillary and make one set out of it. Once you make one set out of it, you have to apply proximity, continuity to it so that you can see whatever you have learned in theory, you are able to effectively and practically apply to the solution. Let us see. Although this was the content part, I've only exceptionally allowed it that okay, you can use the actual image or the icon or this. You can use typography for scale, hierarchy, color, yes. So you can mix these two. I hope you have taken the screenshot of this and this. So combine these two to make one set, and once you're done with one set, you have to finally give me output in this format. So notice the line I've written above the rectangular boxes. Can you make a continuity horizontal list? If I have to give you an example, every music app has this horizontal listing. That is only one example. All of the apps have something at one or the other point using this list. This is called listing, basically. All your products or services, whatever you have, you put it in a list for people to choose, for the viewers to choose. So the horizontal listing, of course, we're talking about the content you will make as a composite in the previous slide I've given you and put them in horizontal list. So what you can do is make one set and repeat it in horizontal lines. And then you see that, okay, is it giving you a meaning as a composite? The proximity we have talked about. Continuity will of course come, but proximity and the contrast, what we have talked about, are you able to effectively apply that? That will be your biggest challenge. I hope you have taken the screenshot of the same. Let me once again give you a chance. Who have not taken the screenshot, please take the screenshot of this. So these two, the ancillary point and this slide are the same. Fine. Make one set out of it, like this one on the right. Okay, you have to rearrange every element. That will be totally upon you. And then finally, give me an output as horizontal listing. Now, I hope you have all taken the screenshot of all these, the screens, your homework. Let us proceed with the final exercise. You've done the horizontal list. At the end of the proximity page, I mean, on the right of the proximity page, I've shown you one plus sign. The plus sign represents the grid So can you give me, if your output resembles like this, you are very near. Can you give me a grid list? You can open up Amazon, Flipkart, any, although this was supposed to be done right now. But then of course, let's give you a homework if this is quite not possible right now. Otherwise, I was expecting you to all turn on the cameras and show me whatever you have designed on the spot, because that would have been a true test of your learning. So a grid list would be the next of the component. I hope you have noted down your assignments, and I hope this session has been a value addition to you. If you can quickly let me know how did you feel about this session, I would be grateful. In the chat box, please. Here is the poll. If you can quickly answer it. Come on, be proactive. Hurry up. All of you. Once you're done with the poll, I will request everyone to shoot one-liner in the chat box. How did you feel about the session? Okay. Okay, great. I'm getting so many beautiful responses, very positive ones. Just in case you have any question you want to be answered, I have along with me Shiksha.com expert who can answer, who can probably provide a peep inside or a value to any of your question you have in your mind related to your career or probably anything else. I'll be along with him to answer the technical part, but then of course, if you have any questions to ask, please turn on your mic and shoot with the questions. Let's make it interactive enough. And I would request each one of you, whoever is the participant, uh, always make the session interactive. It's very important for the viewers to be proactive. Be ready for the session with your questions and your queries. Anji, any questions, please? Okay. Harshpreet Singh is asking, how much difference does a study from NID, NIFT, ICD, or other big institutes make? Yes, the name is of course there, but do you know there are so many institutes which have tie-up with foreign companies or the people from the industry, which are equally good. They have their own taxonomy to make it study. Of course, the name is there. Who doesn't know it? Yes, when you will show something on paper, yes, okay, I've done from it before. That will matter. But then, do you know what matters most in your resume, your portfolio? You may do it from foreign university. You may do it from the top of the college in the foreign. Hardly matter. If you are not good at designing, your portfolio is not good enough, I think you'll be struggling. I hope that answers your query.
And actually, very few people from places like NID go for jobs because they're not coached in a manner to take up jobs. And whereas the biggest and the best jobs are available with corporates. So they are kind of misfits when it comes to corporate jobs. So you can understand, like, for example, at Skill, we are promoting something like teamwork. We assess each other, we help each other, giving feedback to each other, which is not even part of process at any of these institutes you mentioned. So there is, see, there are always approaches to learning. So I guess we are onto something great in the approach, which has been missing in most of, I think all of the institutes in India. So I think that will supplement Bikram's answer. And of course,
thank you, Mr. Vineet.
When you look at, of course, as a degree which will look good on your certificate, of course, BDES from IIT or NID would look good. Now, when you want to, Nehar, if you want to compare IIT and NID, which is better, then of course, if you're going for a technically based field, then IIT will be better because, for example, product design. So the technical angle will be better taken care of by IITs. But unfortunately, BDES from IIT focuses on product design, whereas most of their pass outs work in digital design. So which means you'll be learning a lot of subjects which will finally not be relevant to your future. So in return, you'll miss some of the subjects which will be relevant to your future. Neha, does it answer you? You have more queries on this? I can answer. I'm actually working on something else, so my camera is not on. And parallel processing is going on.
That's okay, Mr. Vineet. Your answers would be more valuable and more important to the viewers.
Yeah, Nehaji, you can ask more. Because finally, see, I know a lot of people who have difficulty settling down in a career after these institutes as well. I've been guiding students in UCED as well. And I know of people who were a misfit right from the day one in IIT Bombay. The topper of 2017, I will not name him now. His father was also in touch with me. The guy was also in touch with me. He failed it right in the first semester itself after topping UCED. The issue was, I'd already told him that, see, I asked him a few questions. I understood that he's more into narrative, which is he wants to make films. And he ended up taking BDES from IIT because that was the only thing available through UCED. So he was kind of a misfit there. So he kept on making films even when he was in IIT and kept on missing assignments and failing. So do you understand, like, when we take education in a very structured manner, we get stuck also in the structure. Right? Now, coming to animation and UX design. So animation has not been a focus area with IIT. Of course, they have this year announced that they'll be focusing more on animation. But the problem is you can't focus on everything. So you have to have a program which allows you that flexibility to focus as per your interest. So, yeah, Neha, how much did you score in UC this year? I also guide, at least I make the lists, the mock merit lists with students across India. So I'm in touch with most of the top scoring students in the country for the last 4-5 years. So we keep track, we keep discussing things. Some of their parents are also in touch with me. Somebody is studying in IIT Guwahati, their parents are in touch. Somebody is studying somewhere. Okay, rank 417. So that doesn't get you a seat in IITs or triple IITs, right? Unless you had some category support. So anyway, coming back to animation. So animation consists of two major parts, I will say. One part is pre-production, the other part is production. So if you are focusing on pre-production, probably NID will be a good idea. But when you're looking at production, I think nobody teaches animation production better than Skill. See, I'm not saying because I found Skill, because Skill was found on the requirement of the students only. You got in IIT Guwahati. Did you belong to some category? Because 417 you don't get into IIT Guwahati, right? In UC. NRI quota, fine, great. So at IIT Guwahati, some of the students who are studying have, I've spoken to them even before they got admission and have guided them. So at IIT Guwahati, you won't be able to focus on animation. And interestingly, the student, like there was a girl called I remember her surname, Gaikwad. Her mother is a doctor in Mumbai. So she has been taking guidance throughout. She may be nearing passing out now. In fact, for IIT Guwahati, I am always helping them make the lists of the students that are coming in. So right now also, if you're not on the list, I'll get you in touch with your seniors, because they ask me of who all I am in touch with who get into IIT Guwahati. So this year also, I helped them with getting across to many first year students. Right. So coming back, so this girl now is deeply into animation, studying at IIT Guwahati, but doing everything on her own. Of course, you do get mentored by sometimes by your teachers who have a passion for a field, but that is not good enough, because it has to be, the subject has to be around it so that it gives you more time going across it, right? Do you get the idea? Neha, you can put on your mic at least, or maybe whatever video, so that I can address you better, because there's more question part left in UX design also that you had asked, and about animation also. So first, do ask whether whatever in my answer connects to you. Yeah, Neha? You have a mic?
Thank you, sir. I was just confused whether to take IIT as my future college, or should I take NID, because I qualified the second round, and the second round is like we have to take the second round right now. I just qualified the first round, so we don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to qualify or not, but I just taking it as a.
No. See, in UC, there is nothing called able to qualify. If you have qualified, you have qualified. Right?
No, not about UC. I'm talking about NID. The NIF.
Fine. So NID, maybe the competition within NRI seats, I don't know how tough it is. It may be at least easier than what it is for the rest of the people, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you've done decently okay, you should be able to get in. So the question is about whether you should go for NID or UC. That requires me to know more about you. So maybe I think unless everybody is interested, you can discuss this on a call. If everybody is interested, other people can write if they are interested in this discussion, then I can continue. because that also becomes a case study for others to understand. So it is not bad. If others are interested, I'll carry on here. Right. So Neha, tell me a little more about yourself. Like what have been your passions and hobbies and strengths in terms of subjects?
I'm really interested in animation
Cool. As in?
as in animation in television shows and stuff.
Great.
Mainly like handmade cartoons and stuff, you can say. Not that visual effect and those
Cool, cool. I
animation in
understand.
Bollywood movies. So,
Right.
but it was not it was not promoted, and I haven't seen anyone who went into this field. So it was kind of new, and I didn't know if I can use it as a career choice because
Okay, cool. I got it. Tell me a little more about what your hobbies have been.
uh, my hobbies have been sketching and painting and cooking. I guess I don't know which hobbies to say right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So painting and
Everything
sketching
is
are the core. Any other hobby do you think worth mentioning?
in what context. So I don't know.
All see everything is in context. So don't worry about that. Sports also.
So,
Sports, reading, anything.
yeah, reading. I can say yes. Reading.
Okay. Fine. Okay. So when you come from a drawing background, something that may interest you is pre-production. So if you want to create characters after reading the story, then NID could be a good choice, right? If you
Something like
want to,
that.
yeah, but if you want to get into the performance part of the animation, which is something that attracts people a lot, right? So as soon as you get into the performance part, you must get into the 3D part, because unless you belong to the purist schools, which basically look at that we have to preserve the past. So then, of course, you can go
So I
anywhere.
haven't taken any classes of art classes. My subjects were actually PCMB. So
Great.
I have
Yeah.
no idea about art. I have just
ठीक है,
done
ठीक
everything
है.
self.
Got it. Okay, because NID will be more of a arty kind. So the one aspect of NID would be that they will focus more on experimenting within animation and more with hand, right? So they will be more on the clay, paper animation, sand animation. So they want to play with the creative side of it. But for the commercial industry, that doesn't fit in. So that's why you'll find very few NID people involved in any of these companies like Green Gold, which is making Chota Bheem, with even this. So it is a very dichotomous situation. In fact, in one of the recent seminars at TASI, the debate happened directly in front of people with somebody from NID who's been a teacher there also, was giving a seminar in which 50%, more than 50% element was all nostalgia from NID days. So the other person directly asked, name one TV series or film in India where NID, which is a success, and NID has contributed, any NIDian has contributed. So he said, yeah, we failed there. So then why are you giving so much about the nostalgia? See, unless you are participant to success of the country or success of the field. See, he was giving a purist angle that what is wrong with Chota Bheem. So he said, what did you make which was better than Chota Bheem? Tell us that. You get the idea now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got the idea. So what happens is sometimes the attitude of the college gets into you, and which is more often than not. It is the same thing when we talk of JNU. You know what is JNU or AMU?
No, can you explain?
JNU is very famous for the kind of candidates it puts up. So all of them end up like as leaders. So there are a lot of leftist angle to JNU people. You get the idea? So anti-establishment, right? This all this Christian, what was that? And other people who come up to the national political scene are influenced because they belong to JNU and that kind of a debate culture. I know this is a little too much for somebody who's just coming out of 12th, but unfortunately these things matter. So the attitude of the school, if it is about purist, they will want to preserve the culture and they want to preserve a lot of things. So they will talk more of, for example, they'll talk a lot about, they discuss a lot about Shinchan. He looks bad. The same professor in another talk had told that Shinchan is a bad idea. Shinchan is not even well designed, right? Have you watched Shinchan?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that. Like Disney movies in this.
No.
This is
Just a second. Have you seen Shinchan?
yeah, I have seen. This.
Okay. So I'm taking that example because it explains it so well. Because they say Shinchan was badly designed, whereas Shinchan is a world hit. Good design is what people like. That is what design is. You get the idea?
Yes, sir.
So if somebody showcases Shinchan as a bad idea, the person has to reset their calibrations. Get it? They are like an old thermometer with all the readings gone. They only show the mercury rising and falling. It doesn't mean anything to anybody. Get the idea?
Yes, sir.
So sometimes I am giving you purely from animation point of view. NIT is a good design institute. No questions about it. They come from a purist background. So of course they will stick to the purist background, which hurts them when it comes to say video game design. So no NIDian has ever done good in video game design because they still teach toy design and they still feel video game design doesn't even exist in this world. So you get it? Why purist angle will hurt somewhere and will benefit somewhere. Right? So purists have always been there. It's not about NID. For example, when in the world, for the first time, camera came, all of the people who were artists opposed the camera. And finally lost their jobs to the camera because artists were required to paint the portraits of the kings and wealthy people, which you may have known that Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, all were doing the same thing. This was their core business. Ghalib's core business was to praise the king or the Raja or the Maharaja or Mughal emperor, whatever. So core business of art is to help with promotion, right? So when business is threatened by an outside thing, everybody becomes a purist and they start opposing it. Some intelligent people will understand the meaning of the new thing and will move towards that. Same thing happened when Walt Disney was starting to make 2D animations. All artists opposed that. This is why do you make fun of art? So good artists were not joining, but all the good artists who joined became the world leaders in the field. Same happened when film started in India. Raja Harishchandra was being made. The only women you could get into films were the prostitute because nobody else was ready to enter that. And now some of those prostitutes become the most known names in Indian cinema. So finally, intelligent people start entering, but intelligent people are always late to recognize things, right? I hope this gives a huge perspective to everything.
Yes, sir.
So now, does that answer your question about animation? Then we can come to UX design.
Yes, taking future in mind, what do you recommend, or should I also opt for some other universities too?
Okay.
If you have any recommendations, please
Okay.
share.
Something I can tell you. Okay, where do you belong? Which country?
I'm living in India.
Okay, but you are coming through NRI. Okay, fine. Because if you have a chance to study at CalArts or Sheridan, nothing like it. I'll give an example of one of my students who's one of the most famous names in UX design in India. I'm quoting her verbatim. I'm not quoting her name so that I don't harm her interests. So she was a very intelligent student. She studied with us at Skill, and in the start of 2000s, I think 2000 2001 she studied. So she after that, like because of the project she did here in 3D, she could easily crack the new media in interview in NID at masters. So she studied masters in new media at NID. Thereafter, she established herself in the field, and she tells me one very important incident, and that is very important for everybody to know because it comes from her real experience. She says, "Sir, I for once went to New York Film School for a 1 month course." She's not into filmmaking, right? She said, in that 1 month, I understood that I was wasting my time at NID. For the first time, I came to know what education was all about. And she is one of the top 10 UX designers in India. So she's not somebody who doesn't know what she's talking about. She's a very intelligent person, right? So this is again an incident. There's somebody who topped fashion design in Pearl Academy. She also studied with us. She's now a UX designer at Oxford after having studied in Oxford in UK. She's a UX designer in UK. And interestingly, when she came to study with us, she was wanting just to help in getting her portfolio improved. So first look at the portfolio, I found two things. I said your portfolio is something that if I was at Oxford, I would let you in. Secondly, your anatomy is all bad. It doesn't even look that you studied fashion design. So how come you became the topper? She said that we were asked to trace human figures at Pearl. So that's how education has been misread and misinterpreted in many places. So anyway, when I looked at her work, I told, you have the mind of a UX designer or a game designer. She said, no, I want to study sustainable product design in Oxford. She wouldn't listen to me. Fine, no issues. She went to Oxford, studied product design, sustainable product design. I say sustainable are all Hogwarts. They are used to convince gullible students like you. There's nothing called sustainable. Everything is sustainable. Any design that is being made is sustainable. Otherwise, it will not remain. So there's nothing unsustainable people make. At least nobody thinks that they want to make something unsustainable, right? So and interestingly, after 1 year, she says, sir, I am into UX design now. So I'm just quoting some real examples which taught me a lot about education. So we also keep on researching education. I'm not saying that we are better than NID. No way. I don't have those kind of resources, of course. Right. But because of those lack of resources, I created certain systems which help our students be at par with anybody in the world. So that's what. So problem is that adversity brought in the innovation, and NID and IITs face no adversity because they get the best students. So there's no need for innovation there. Get the idea?
Yes, sir. You talked about portfolio and what do you think is a perfect portfolio? What should it comprise? Because portfolio is an important way to represent yourself. So can you talk about portfolio as a subject? So what?
Ji, ji. See, portfolio, basically people look at your portfolio to understand your understanding of the subject, not to look at the work that you're doing. So for example, if I take a single look at anybody's portfolio, I can tell you whether they're good with fonts, whether they're good with colors. This is talking about graphic design. Similarly, in UX design, see, I always counter question things to learn. Right? For example, India is appearing for World Skills in Industrial Design. So I'm one of the experts there. So even just now, while you were having this discussion with Bikram, I was listening to, as well as I created a complete analysis of the scoring system in World Skills. and I've sent it across to MESC, which is coordinating this, and telling them why and where their training approach is going wrong. I'm giving a lecture, by the way, at I think 1 o'clock at MESC. If you want to attend that, they may have sent out those links to people, right? Otherwise, it will be live on their YouTube anyway. So in this, before this lecture, I wanted to tell them that the scoring system is not judging exactly what they want to do. So, which means that, for example, a knowledge of materials will get just 2 marks extra if person knows about materials, whereas they are trying to train students on materials. I said just for 2% you're trying to train the people, whereas there are 20% marks in design thinking, which is much more important. So any 2 extra marks got in design thinking will cover up for that marks lost in material science, right? So you get the idea? So the problem was there are a lot of purists in that system who say, no, we want to teach product design. I said, they're not even testing you for product design. The total marks in product design are just 8 in the entire 100 marks. So you have to analyze the game. Fine. Now coming back to UX design. So UX design is a pretty new field. All of the institutes are just trying to gauge what are the ingredients of UX design, and because of that they're trying to focus on the ingredients and not the recipe. So get the idea?
Yes, sir.
Got the idea?
Yes, sir.
Anybody else who may have any questions?
Yeah, sir.
Did it answer all of your questions?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It was very informative.
Gigi, any other questions you have, you can take my number from Bikram sir, and you can attend seminars also. If you want to search on the net, there'll be enough seminars that they keep posting.
Yes, sir. Please, may I have your number?
Yeah. Bikram sir can even type it here, maybe share it with you.
Sure.
Okay, are you in touch with your seniors in IIT Guwahati?
As of now, no, because of this pandemic and stuff.
Okay.
It's really hard to be in
So
touch
you
with
can
anyone.
send me your number. I'll share with them. Your seniors of all years, always it has happened. Even your third year people got the number of the second year people from me, and now the second year people are asking me for your number. So some of the students, because if you search on Quora, I have been helping students understand the marking system and the lists and helping them understand where they'll get into. So because of that, I was in touch with a lot of people. So I helped them find those. Fine.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So you can also message me your number, then I can give your number to them. I think your number is anyway there in the registration list when you register for this seminar.
Yes, there is.
Fine.
Okay,
So
in any
you
case,
want
I've shared
me to
that-
share?
In any case, I've shared your number as well as my number. So in case anybody needs to know more about anything, you're most welcome to call anytime.
Okay, any other questions by anybody?
Sir, you were talking about your session at 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please spell that organization's name? I would like to join
MESC
that.
India. Okay, I'll
MESC,
just
Media and Entertainment Skill Council.
Okay,
Government of India, Media and Entertainment Skill Council.
thank you very much. And thank you for today's session, sir. Vikramji sir and Puneet Raj sir. Both of you, thank you very much.
Yes, Ashpreet, you were leading the answer session. I know.
Ah.
It was great to have some wonderful answers
I'll
from your
just
side.
put the
Right.
name MESC
See,
India, and you will find there already. Murugan has, I think, he's put it there.
so I don't know
Right.
if any
So
one of
Neha,
you is
one
the
more thing,
challenger.
one last thing that your learning is always controlled by you, not by the degree you take, not by the curriculum of the degree. You decide your curriculum. So like Tanmay and the guy from IIT, so he decided the curriculum that he's going to study film design. Of course, he took the degree. He went for the degree just because then being a topper, it was very tough for him to have refused getting into IIT Bombay. He was the topper of UC in that year. So these are real, genuine problems that people face when they do degrees. But degrees, unfortunately, are stuck in time. They have been designed decades earlier. If you look at the curriculum for decades, that doesn't change. So they never reflect market reality. So there are a lot of subjects outside that you need to learn. And luckily, there are enough institutes who are quick on their feet and develop curriculums for the new upcoming things, right? And they're more innovative because unfortunately, when an institute gets a big name, they have to stick to the standards, whereas the new innovations are never standardized till passing of a few years. It may take 10, 20 years for a new idea to get into a formal curriculum, right? So somebody who's been experimenting is much better placed to get the required knowledge. Right, Ji? Okay, I think your poll results were also there and everything, and so we are good to end. Vikram sir?
Yes, sir. I think
Okay.
I've again put the email address in case you have any questions. Of course, the assignments will be waiting eagerly because that is one thing we'll be looking forward to. Again, repeat 10 of practical is more than 100 of theory. So we will be waiting for your assignments solution on the
Okay,
email.
Neha, I think so far I should not put you in touch with those IIT people unless you decide to go to IIT Guwahati, right?
Yeah, I'm still not sure, and I still have a ton of exams which are not even related to design. So I'm actually really confused right now. So I'm just exploring all the possibilities I have.
Okay, you can give me a call and discuss later. Fine?
Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome. Ji. Or you can, before the call, just WhatsApp me about your name and this, so because so that I can relate back. Fine?
Yes, okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Vineet.
Welcome and thanks, Bikram sir, for such a nice look into the visual design domain. And definitely appreciate all the knowledge that these students got. Thanks a lot.
Yes, yes, that
And
is
thanks
more
a lot for
important.
the students who took time out to learn, because even with free knowledge, there are not enough people who want to learn. So that exactly gives you what will happen in your classes, in your colleges. This is exactly what happens in each of the class at the college. There will be very few genuine learners. If you tell them that, okay, this is an assignment and I'm not giving you any marks, only one person may turn up with that, not more. Okay, bye.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Close.
Bye-bye. Thank you all.